Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen across our beautiful country of Canada, our friends around the world in the known and unknown universe. Welcome back to Favorite Angry Canadian on the 8th day of February 2024. So by now you must have heard that Tucker Carlson is in Russia to interview Vladimir Putin, among other things. Now, I put up a video a couple of days ago and it was getting quite a few views, but then suddenly it was blocked. Blocked around the world. It wasn't a strike for copyright or anything like that. It was blocked. And specifically because Tucker Carlson was speaking about why he's in Russia and about why he wants to interview Vladimir Putin. Now, the story I'm getting is that Tucker Carlson removed that little clip. It's about four minutes something. And that's why my video got blocked, because it contained it. Now, YouTube was very kind to point out to me that I can have that little 4-minute whatever section removed and the video will be fine. Oh, thank God for that, By the way, as far as I know, the same video I uploaded on my channel on Rumble, and there it is playing in its entirety. Kind of odd, don't you think, that Rumble can do things that YouTube refuses?
Well, Tucker Carlson is in Moscow. Yeah, that's right. Russia. That's right. He's in Russia. And the corrupt U.S. Political class is shaking in its boots over this story. They clearly don't want him to expose their lies about the war in Ukraine or sanctions against Russia or any of the other propaganda that has been spoon-fed to you over the past few years about Russia.
We're in Moscow tonight. We're here to interview the president of Russia, Vladimir Putin.
You take a look at this. Video is blocked. Your video, Tucker Carlson meeting with Putin in Russia, Western mainstream media will melt down, and Jimmy Dore is blocked due to one or more copyright claims. This is not a copyright strike and doesn't affect your channel. Now, what the hell is that? It doesn't affect your channel. It's not a strike, but it's a claim or whatever. They're saying that it was Tucker Carlson that removed it. And maybe it was. I don't know what's happened. I do know that on Rumble, I have the full episode up without restrictions. And that is one of the things that is happening more and more frequently. People go to Rumble to talk about things that YouTube, Google, and, shall we say, the government doesn't want you to know or talk about or anything. It's a load of crap. So I did have it removed from the other video. I'm going to upload that without this, but it doesn't stop me, man. It doesn't stop me. I'm just gonna go into a different direction until I see Tucker's interview, which is supposed to be tonight. Oh, I can't wait for it, and I can't wait to see the mainstream media and politicians' reaction to that. Hang him! Hang him! Yeah, we're gonna hang that Tucker. But in the meantime, our Western society is full of dishonest, corrupt politicians. Man, you don't have to look very far. Just stay in Canada. Take a look at Justin Trudeau. And I have absolutely no faith or trust in Pierre Poilievre, a.k.a. Pipi Le Pew.
Thank you very much, everyone. What Canadians need now is a common sense plan that axes the tax, builds the homes, fixes the budget, and stops the crime. Axing the tax, building the homes, fixing the budget, and stopping the crime is just common sense, and it's exactly what we need to repair the damage after 8 years of Justin Trudeau, who has doubled housing costs by funding bureaucracies that block building and printing $600 billion of inflationary money. He's given Canada the most expensive housing by far in the G7. Housing costs have increased 40% faster than incomes, the worst gap of any G7 country, the second worst of all 40 OECD countries, twice as bad as the OECD average. Our housing is now 25 to 45% more expensive than the States, even though their economy is 10 times bigger, their population is 10 times as large, and they have less land to build on. He's made it so that Vancouver has the third worst housing prices in the world. We now have 30 homeless encampments in Halifax that we never had before Justin Trudeau. Our young people have to wait till they're 40, even though when I was housing minister, the average age to get a home was 29. That was only 8 years ago. Incredible how affordable housing was when I was minister. It was $750 to rent an apartment in Montreal when I was minister. Now it's over $2,000, a triple in one city.
Well, Mr. Pipi Le Pew, don't remind us about 8 years ago, because Canadians couldn't wait to push your Stephen Harper Prime Minister and government under the bus. I mean, you got spanked really bad for the shit you guys caused. But you're all better now. Trust us. We're going to solve all these problems. Well, it's very good that he can list off all the problems. We are not stupid in Canada. We know what is wrong. So we want to know, what the hell are you gonna do? And quit bullshitting people, because we're tired of politicians lying to us over and over. So let's talk about the high housing costs. How do you propose to bring that down? Well, people have to pay big mortgages, so maybe interest rates will go down. Will they go down around the world? Because we seem to be tied to the rest of the world with some umbilical cord. So what about interest rates? What you going to do about that? How are you going to bring it down? And if Canadian houses are so overpriced, what the hell is going to happen when the value of homes goes down 20-25%, which it easily could? 25%. Well, certainly people that have homes they bought in the last little while will be underwater, meaning that they're going to owe $700,000 on their home, which is now worth maybe $550,000. So they'll be paying payments on ghost money. It doesn't exist. Sell your house. You're going to still have to pay the friggin' banks. You know, what you going to do about that? Talk to us. Don't just say, oh, well, stupid Trudeau, you know, he made rents go up. Where have rents gone down? You know, it's always claimed that our economy is strong. We don't believe that shit. We are realists. You are a lying piece of work politician who is trying to regain power as a prime minister, but you're not telling us what you're going to do. You're going to start cutting all the programs? Really? How many people is that going to put out of work? What is your final solution, PP?
After 8 years of Trudeau, 2 million people line up at food banks. If you look at these images, just put them in black and white. What do you see? You see the Great Depression. And all the wonky economists are debating whether we're in a recession. For those people in those lineups, we are not in a recession. We are in a depression, a Justin Trudeau depression. The country's falling apart. The country is falling apart. Yesterday, there were nearly a dozen drug overdoses within an hour in Belleville. This is after 8 years of Trudeau effectively decriminalizing hard drugs and funding opioids and unleashing chaos by releasing repeat violent offenders into our streets.
You're so full of crap, and I don't like Trudeau. Trudeau's got to go, but you're not a friggin' solution. You are so full of crap. The thing about food banks, it's horrible. I mean, it's unreal that in Canada, possibly one of the richest countries in the world, so underpopulated that we got food bank issues, we got drugs issues, we got homelessness. Holy shit, every province. But that is all across the Western world. I am not excusing it. I am saying that this issue has to do with the type of governments the West has gotten into. Woke. It's all about wokeness instead of being populist. You know, let's become populist. Let's do what the people want, not what we have a few people who claim to be experts and want to tell you what to do. There's no solution that's easy, PP. So tell us, how would you handle high rents? How would you handle drug overdoses? You would, again, make them all illegal? Would that solve the problem? What is your solution? Again, the little shithead just keeps listing off problems without giving a positive solution that we could say, wow, that looks good.
And in order to distract, he spreads fear and falsehood. He attacks hunters, small business owners, Muslim parents. He divides Jews against Muslims, Hindus against Sikhs. He divides East against West. He divides business owners against workers. He is tearing the country apart to distract from his appalling record of rising costs and rising crime.
Yeah, appalling record. I haven't been a Trudeau fan since I met him. I thought he might be good in the beginning, but as soon as I met him, he's just a politician, just like PP is. And he's messed up before, so before he starts talking about Trudeau's record, perhaps you should take a look at his record.
Recently, the entire country breathed a sigh of relief when the nation was pulled back from the brink of the federal election. But nobody breathed easier than Conservative Member of Parliament Pierre Poilievre, who will now qualify for a full pension the same month he turns 31. Pierre Poilievre, the workers of Canada salute you.
Congratulations, Pierre.
Yay, Pierre.
I don't have a pension.
Yes, very few Canadians qualify for a full pension at the age of 31. Well, in fact, there really is only one, and that man, Pierre Poilievre, which is why we wanted to throw a party for Pierre and get some fun stories from people who have worked with Pierre before he became a member of Parliament. Now, unfortunately, we cannot find any evidence that he actually held what most of us would call a job. So if you worked with Pierre at an actual job in any capacity, say as a co-worker, please contact us with a witty story so we can honor a great Canadian. Conservative MP Pierre Poilievre, you loved him when he said natives in this country need to learn the value of hard work.
He said what?
And you laughed when he said we can't afford to amend EI to cover more workers.
That little
Whoop. And you will cheer when he gets his pension.
Am I paying for that?
Yes, you were. Pierre Poilievre, one hell of a guy. One heck of a pension.
The problem with P.P. Le Pew is that he's got a political history. And boy, is that not talked about anymore. Why was he called, Skippy? Oh, I guess maybe he skipped a lot of sessions. I don't know. What about Skippy there? And every politician has a lot of baggage. Ho-ho! Especially when they're professional politicians, never having a real job, and getting pension. Taxpayer-paid pension from the time he's 31 years old. And he has no shame about it. You know, when there's older people in food banks, can't afford living, they're choosing death over life because they're short of money. He got a pension at 31. Isn't that just friggin' special? So shut the hell up, Pew Le Pew. You're in the same category board as Justin the Idiot Trudeau.